These are the top 10 moments of CJI. The biggest super fight in women's jiu-jitsu history, Ffion Davis versus Mackenzie Dern. Both of these women came out aggressive like they had nothing to lose. And their electrifying performances weren't just a treat for the fans, they also proved that there is a serious appetite for women headlining major jiu-jitsu cards. We all witnessed one of the most iconic and heartwarming face turns in jiu-jitsu history during Gabi Garcia's post-fight interview speech. Jiu-jitsu is often considered the ideal martial art for smaller individuals, and because of Gabi's size and dominance, she was often villainized for the majority of her career, until August 17th, 2024. The raw emotion she showed was tear-jerking. The fact that Gabi Garcia has been the butt of Craig Jones' love story joke for years, and the manner in which she handled months of teasing in the buildup of CJI, just goes to show how cool and laid back of a human she is, which ultimately earned her the love and respect of the jiu-jitsu community. The number 8 best moment has got to be someone buying a ticket to CJI and leaving with a Miata.
Damn!
Not only did we give away a Miata, we also had a lot of money donated through the Fair Fight Foundation. And the numbers we hit were pretty insane. Every dollar that was donated at the Thomas & Mack Center was also matched by Kasai Grappling CEO Rich Byrne and another anonymous donor. Hate to interrupt this video, but I would greatly appreciate if you guys could drop a like so we can get this content pushed out to other jiu-jitsu nerds, and I can also see that this is the type of content you guys want to see on this channel. So let me know if you can hit that like button, or if you hate it, hit the dislike. I mean, I'll never know. The UFC equivalent of Forrest Griffin versus Stephan Bonnar happened before our eyes when Kade Ruotolo and Andrew Tackett delivered the most exciting jiu-jitsu match of all time. Top moment number 6, Pat Downey putting an absolute wrestling clinic on Luke Rockhold. In Luke Rockhold's pre-fight interviews, he mentioned that pulling guard is what sissies do and he would never do that.
I'm gonna open up a school called Top Man. I'm gonna bring back masculinity to jiu-jitsu. The thought of just like the moment a match starts and just dropping your ass and scooting around is just the most pathetic thing I've ever seen.
But against Pat Downey, pulling guard is exactly what he did. And we got to see a different PD3. He's probably one of the top fighters that had the biggest profile growth because he was so tenacious and entertaining to watch, and then also delivered in the post-fight interview.
Everybody on the count of 3 to tell Gordon Ryan, everybody say, Gordon Ryan. 1, 2, 3. Gordon Ryan!
I'm not gonna lie, I thought he was gonna start chanting something else when he started talking about Gordon Ryan, but he just left it at F Gordon Ryan. I chanted it too, despite that not being the most professional thing to do. My B, sorry. Top moment number 5, I think the moment that went the most viral was Craig Jones sneaking in a juicy one at the weigh-ins to Gabi Garcia. Again, Gabi Garcia, shout out to you for being so good with the jokes because that was aggressive.
Man!
Lucas Kanard shocked the world when he submitted the number 2 seed Victor Hugo, earning him the $50K bonus brought to you by Chris Williamson and James Smith's new tonic drink. I interviewed every single fighter in the lead up to CJI, and they all had different stories that were super motivating or inspiring, but Lucas Kanard's reason for fighting was by far the most heartwarming.
I help my dad retire. He's got a little bit of money owing on his house, so I do that first, and then I buy my own house and like 4 bedrooms and put a kid in each one. That'd be the best.
So wholesome. So wholesome. He's just too likable. Renato Laranja comes back into the jiu-jitsu spotlight.
How many inch you need to be satisfied?
Many new jiu-jitsu nerds might not have heard of Renato Laranja or even known that his whole shtick is an act. I saw a lot of people on Reddit being very worried for me when we were on stage together.
And a little bit of jealousy, no? Because I feel like there was a little bit of connection between you guys, and since she rejected you, now you're trying to spite her by being in Craig Jones' corner, no?
I wouldn't go that far, switch it.
That whole skit, when we were asking for donations, was completely improv. We didn't actually even have that in the rundown. It was just like, hey, Alex, Renato's on stage. Can you get up there with him and start, talking about Fair Fight Foundation? And that moment all just happened. But Renato Laranja being in Craig Jones' corner, that was all part of the plan. And him being on the microphone was definitely some beautiful comedic improv on Renato Laranja's part. But I think a lot of people that didn't realize that he is an actor were taking his shtick maybe too seriously or didn't like all the cussing. But I think for the brand that CJI had in the lead up, it was completely on par. But what did you guys think? Top moment number 9. Lucas Barbosa shares a post-victory moment with his kids inside the alley before heading on to the semifinals. Out of all the pre-fight interviews I had in the lead up to CJI, Lucas Barbosa also had one of the most wholesome. He is such a family man and he would take his kids training with him. And then we also found out that his shoulder was popped out of its socket, yet he decided to push through and still fight for that big payday. Unfortunately, it wasn't his time this time, but we all know that the Hulk is hungry and he is gonna be back and ready for more action in 2025. And the number 10 top moment is, of course, Nikki Rodriguez and Kade Ruotolo going home $1,010,001 richer. And also the fact that they won and no one could really debate that fact. Like, Kade had amazing performances. Nikki, you really couldn't debate it because he got all submissions. That finals match between Levi and Kade, I know some people might have thought that it was going into Levi's way, but I think everyone in the audience was sensing that it was Kade's match. I think if the decision did go to Levi, there would have been a riot at Thomas and Mack Center. So let me know what your guys' top moments of CJI were. Did I miss any? This is my top 10 list, but again, I was just there soaking it all in. And maybe it was different for someone who was watching it through the screen and enjoying the broadcast. But we hope you guys enjoyed the show and we cannot wait until CJI 2. It's gonna be team quintet styled and there's gonna be a lot more information coming out on why we chose this route. So we cannot wait to talk to you guys more, but I wanted to take some time to appreciate everything that CJI was, because the inaugural CJI, you can't redo it. It was just magical. If you were in the Thomas and Mack arena, you felt it and you saw an insane shift in the sport of jiu-jitsu happen before your eyes. So I'm so grateful. I'm so happy to take the time to make this video. And if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a like. We're trying to grow this channel to over 100K so we can get more sponsors and more opportunities to cover big jiu-jitsu events and continue growing the sport. Again, my name's Alex Wendling. Maybe I'll see you guys at the next CJI 2. But until then, stay nerdy, my jiu-jitsu nerds.